WXCO 98.9, Wausau's real news and great conversation. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
For WXCO News, I'm Isabella Nieto. The village of Weston is working to clean up their drinking water. In 2022, the village had to shut off 2 of their 6 wells after testing showed elevated levels of PFAS flowing into its water treatment plant. Joshua Swenson is Weston's utility superintendent.
With the elevated numbers of those 2 wells, we actually ended up taking well number 3 offline, and that's been offline since May of 2022.
According to the National Institute of Environmental Health Services, PFAS chemicals are called forever chemicals because they break down slowly. They're present in many everyday products, including nonstick packaging or cookware and stain-resistant clothing or carpets. As humans ingest the chemicals, the amount of some PFAS builds up in our bloodstream.
Our well number 4 was offline temporarily. We did put that onto a temporary system that removed the PFAS contamination through a process called ion exchange. So we actually were able to take that temporary system out now that we have the permanent system.
Weston's new permanent water treatment system removes PFAS from water through a process called adsorption. The water moves through a granular activated carbon tank, where PFAS chemicals attach themselves or adsorb to the carbon material.
And then as it goes through, it'll run into our clear well that we have, a large reservoir where then it'll get pumped out.
Swenson says they hope to have another treatment system installed on well 3 next year with an added layer of filtration. Installing both systems will cost $6.6 million, and half is paid for through the state's Safe Drinking Water Loan Program. As part of International Fraud Awareness Week, Attorney General Josh Kaul is drawing attention to the significant financial harm caused by fraud in Wisconsin and launching a new public education flyer to help the public understand the warning signs. Joanne Krulotz reports.
According to data compiled by the Federal Trade Commission's Consumer Sentinel Network, more than 30,000 fraud reports were submitted by Wisconsin residents in 2024. Reported losses in Wisconsin totaled more than $109 million, and the median reported loss was $360. The most frequently reported types of fraud for Wisconsin consumers included online shopping scams, business imposters, and government imposters. Older adults continue to be especially affected by financial scams. FTC data from Wisconsin shows that people ages 60 and over reported higher median losses than a younger age group. Financial exploitation of older adults is often underreported, and financial harm may be greater than what appears in available data. To help people recognize when they may be in the middle of a scam, the Wisconsin DOJ Division of Criminal Investigation has created a public education flyer. The flyer outlines several warning signs, including being pressured to act quickly, being told to keep a transaction secret, having someone on the phone direct what to do, or feeling confusion or uncertainty. When these signs appear, the flyer advises people to stop and not withdraw or send money until they have had time to verify what is happening. Scammers frequently impersonate government agencies, law enforcement, tech support, bank or credit union staff, or a family member or romantic partner claiming to be in trouble.
You can find more information on how to protect yourself and loved ones from fraud on the Wisconsin Department of Justice website. Marshfield Clinic is offering free suicide prevention trainings across central Wisconsin next month. The trainings are aimed at supporting farmers, first responders, military personnel, and veterans. The first training is based in Wausau at the Elks Lodge from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on December 16th. The next day, a training will be held in Marshfield, and then a training will be held in Stratford. According to a statement, these trainings are geared towards healthcare providers, veteran services staff and organizations, law enforcement and first responders, coaches, and educators. Community members are also welcome to attend. Granite Peak Ski Area will kick off the winter season the day after Thanksgiving. Ski lifts will be operating from November 28th through the 30th. They'll close during the week for snowmaking. Ski lifts reopen on December 5th. The ski area will shift to daily operations on December 12th. For daily conditions, visit the Granite Peak Ski Area's website for their daily snow report. Last Saturday was America Recycles Day, but Marathon County residents can still enter the Solid Waste Department's drawing for a new TV. Submit a photo of your recyclables in your curbside bin to the What's in Your Bin contest to be entered into the drawing. Submissions are limited to one per Marathon County household. The deadline to enter is November 30th. A Republican proposed bill that would bar the use of public funding to cover health care costs for undocumented immigrants was passed by the Wisconsin State Senate this week. The legislation would prevent any state, local, or federal funding from being used to cover health care costs for undocumented immigrants. It passed along party lines and will now head to Governor Tony Evers for consideration, who is expected to veto the bill. According to a Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel report, State Senator Jeff Smith called the bill a heartless attack on human beings for political points. I'm Isabella Nieto for WXCO News.
An NFC North showdown awaits the Packers this Sunday. Filling in for Mike Clemens, I'm Jimmy Kuska with Civic Media Sports. When the Packers take on the Vikings Sunday, it'll be the first of 5 divisional matchups for Green Bay the rest of the season. Quarterback Jordan Love on the importance of these late-season games.
Definitely. I think you look at the teams in our division, everybody's in it. Everybody's kind of got similar records, and obviously, like you said, we'll be playing everybody here at the back half. So definitely some games we're going to have to go out there and win. But like you said, the NFC North is wide open. And we got to take advantage of these games, go out there and go win it. But yeah, like you said, it's an interesting schedule.
It was the opening week of the season the last time the Packers played an NFC North opponent. They'll play 5 in 7 games the rest of the season. Jordan Love on the quirky schedule.
Definitely, yeah. It's been a weird schedule for us. Playing obviously a week 1 division game, and now I don't even know what week it is. 12, yeah. And so it's been a long time. So it's felt weird, and obviously we'll have a couple back-to-back right now. So I'm definitely a stretch that we'll have to take advantage of.
Kickoff is at noon on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Also, the Packers game against the Bears on December 7 was flexed from noon to 3:25 in the afternoon. The Bucs lost in overtime to the 76ers last night, 123-114. Coach Doc Rivers said that they have to play better even without Giannis.
When the ball stuck, we didn't score. When the play broke down and we moved it and kept moving it, we got whatever we wanted all night. And I couldn't, you implore them. We worked on that for 2 days because you anticipate things breaking down, not having Giannis.
Milwaukee plays red-hot Detroit tomorrow night at 7 p.m. College sports, Wisconsin football gets Illinois tomorrow night with a 6 p.m. kickoff. Meanwhile, men's hoops is at BYU this evening to take on the 9th-ranked Cougars. Today is the final day of the state high school football championships with divisions 3 through 1 in action. Winning titles yesterday were Kenosha St. Joseph, Darlington, Mayville, and Winneconne. The games are at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison. You can find more information on the matchups at WIAAWI.org. I'm Jimmy Kuska for Civic Media Sports.
Mostly sunny today. We'll get to the low to mid-40s for a high this afternoon with just a light breeze. Tonight, mostly clear. We're going to drop into the low to mid-20s overnight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high in the low to mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Wausau News Roundup from WXCO. Find more news anytime at WXCO.FM. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.